by saying the lighting in this video is really gonna suck. I was not planning on filming today. I am going to be filming this week's tutorial for you guys tomorrow. So this video was just kind of like a very quick spur of the moment video, but the reason I am filming is because I ordered some Morphe brushes and they came in the mail today and I'm so excited. I have heard so many great things about Morphe brushes. I started out with like their makeup. So I have a few eyeshadow palettes by them. I have a blush palette by them, which I absolutely love their palettes. As you all know that follow my channel, because I use them in a lot of my tutorials here on my channel. But anyways, my first set of brushes came in the mail today and I kind of wanted you guys to see my first impression of these brushes, just because on this channel I recommend a lot of Morphe things and I've recommended a lot of Morphe brushes to you guys just by word of mouth. So I decided if I was going to be recommending these products, I kind of wanted to be using them and trying them out for myself. So I believe I ordered, I think it's 5 brushes, I'm not sure. So let me cut this package open. And while I'm doing that, I'm sure you guys noticed I finally have like my new background. It started. This is not, my husband and my mom ordered me a bunch of the Alex drawers for my birthday. They're not all put up yet. This is not a completion of my studio. However, we are making way. I'm so excited. I'm just cutting this package open. All right, yeah, I hadn't even have it open yet. So yes, all right, here they all are. Let's see how many I got. Let's see. I got one foundation brush and then blending brushes. So this brush I got is a M438. Let me take a pull. It's so soft. I love it. This one I'm going to be using, when I seen this, the first thing I thought to use this for was for like my under eye powder, like my setting powders and things like that. However, now that I'm holding this in my hand, I think there's so many different things I could use this brush for to kind of like set my eye area. And I just, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys obviously can't feel them on the video, but they're so soft. Like, I'm already in love with this one. I can't wait to use it. I think that for my tutorial tomorrow, I'll use these brushes. I'll incorporate these brushes in my tutorial. That way you guys can actually see how they work, because obviously I'm opening them right now in front of the camera. So I can't really speak for how well they apply, but I'm sure you all know, if you guys watch and follow other YouTube channels, a lot of other artists use these brushes. So I'm sure that they're wonderful to use, but as of right now, I gotta tell you, my first impression of this brush is so soft and amazing, and like I can't wait to use it. I kind of wish I didn't have my makeup on right now. All right, so moving on. This brush is the brush that I am most excited about. It is the M439. The reason I think that this was the first brush by Morphe that caught my eye, and it is amazing. I love how dense it is, and at the same time it's like really fluffy. So for me, it's gonna be able to cover a lot of space at a lot of time. This is a dual fiber brush, meaning these up here, these white hairs that you're seeing, are goat hair brushes, they're goat hairs. And then these under here are all synthetic. And the reason that this brush caught my eye is because, I mean, I know I'm not old, but I can already notice that my skin is changing, and the same brushes that used to work for me are not working for me anymore. And for like a year now, I've been kind of struggling with finding a really good foundation brush. I do love I have a Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush. Love that brush. The only thing is that when I'm doing my own makeup, I like to get especially my foundation, I like to get it on really quick and go. And that brush just, it doesn't cover enough area, especially when I'm in a hurry, because it's so dense and so small that I kind of feel like I'm there forever blending out my foundation. So I was really actually looking for something just like this that's kind of fluffy but dense at the same time. So I am super excited to be using this. And again, this is another brush that's incredibly soft. So yes, this is the M439. And yeah, I'm going to be using this for my foundation. All right, moving on. So these are both eye brushes. This one reminds me of the MAC 224, except it is so soft. I really think that these brushes are softer than a lot of my MAC brushes, and you guys know me, and like I've said before, I worked at MAC, so I am I love MAC products. Everything from their makeup to their, you know, brushes and things like that, their sharpeners, every kind of little thing from MAC. Of course, I'm gonna love. I was there with them. I was part of that family for a long time. But I have to say that opening these brushes, they feel softer than the MAC brushes do new. And this one is an M505. So yeah, the camera's not even picking up that number very well. So this is basically what I'm going to be using to blend out, you know, crease colors and things like that. Now this I'll probably be using, I'll use this more for a blending brush over like a precision brush. When I go in with my crease to add a deeper, darker color, I always like to use a smaller brush. This I think isn't going to work for that just because it's so fluffy and so soft that this is going to be more like when I lay my very first shadow down, my blending color down. So this is probably what I'm going to be using this brush for. However, I love it. It's fluffy and it's so soft. All these brushes, I can't even get over how soft they are right now. Okay, so the next brush that I'm gonna show you is the M508, and I hate it that this camera is not picking up these numbers very well. This one is just a really, it's almost, this is what, the reason I got this brush is because as soon as I seen this, the first thing I thought was, oh my God, that'd be perfect to blend out an under eye, smoky eye. I am one to prefer a smoky eye on my lower lash line, especially if I'm doing a smokier top lid. So when I seen this brush, this was the first thing that I thought of because I have a couple pencil brushes that I really love, but I kind of feel like sometimes when I want to keep like a smokier bottom lash line, but I want to keep it really tight in those lashes, for me a pencil brush, and I'm left-handed, a lot of artists are right-handed, I am left-handed. I don't know if that has anything to do with why I have to use different brushes for different things, but I can say that every time I try to use a pencil brush to buff out my lower lash line, I kind of feel like I lose a little bit, I don't know, like I don't have as much control. So I have another brush, it is by MAC, and it's like this one here. It's just like a really, you know, small brush here. However, it's a goat hair brush and it's way thicker than this. So I kind of get the same effect with that brush as well. When I'm buffing it out, it kind of gets it blends it too much in some spaces for my taste. So hopefully this one, I mean, it feels just like the rest of them. It's really soft and it feels like it's really, you know, movable and flexible. So I think I'm gonna love this as well. I cannot wait to use these brushes. All right, so my very last brush here, when I seen this one, I immediately thought blush. It is angled, and the reason I thought blush and not contour is just because it is dual fiber. So everybody applies their contour differently, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of like rambling on. This is an E4 by MAC, or by Morphe. I kind of feel like when I apply, I have such dry skin, and as of right now, I'm not a huge fan of cream products just because I am so dry, and I just kind of feel like sometimes it'll grab in some spots more than others. So I always tend to use a powdered contour color. So when I seen this brush, I immediately thought blush, and only because this is dual fiber. When I go in with a powder, because my skin is dry, I kind of feel like I have to use a synthetic brush to apply, and then take something that is completely goat hair or dual fiber and then blend that out, so I'm not, you know, buffing that product further and further up my face. So what I do for my contour is I kind of just go in and I set the product down, and then I go back in with a different brush and I blend it out. So that is why I didn't think contour with this blush, I mean, I probably will because it's angled. I probably will play around with it using this as a contour, but I immediately thought blush, and looking at it, it's just kind of going to fit my cheek perfectly. As you can see where I'm touching my face right now, it kind of just goes exactly where I have my blush already. So I am very excited to be using this. So that is the last brush that I ordered. Like I said, I'm planning on filming for you guys tomorrow. I'm doing a very fun look for you guys tomorrow. But I do think that I'm going to use these brushes and incorporate these brushes into that video just so you guys can see them in action. But yeah, I just kind of wanted you guys to see my first impression on when I open them up. And I'm excited. I can't wait to use them. So yeah, I don't think Morphe is going to disappoint me here either. Like I said, I have a few of their eyeshadow palettes and a blush palette and a couple other products by them, and I have not really purchased anything from Morphe that I'm not crazy about. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow in that video, and I will be using my new babies. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.